Funny Minds, and we're welcoming Jeff Thal. His
Hello.
second
Good
episode.
show.
Oh my God. And he's ready already.
Second episode, look at him, he's pumped.
I am. Yeah. I'm the early bird, or Eddie used to call me some kind of bird. Oh, dirty bird. That's what Eddie used to call me.
Looney bird, loony bird.
Looney bird, that too.
Dirty banana.
How are you guys? How's it going?
Good.
Man,
Happy New Year.
Very good.
Yes, happy. Joy.
Merry Christmas, Happy New
Thank
Year.
you.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Yes.
You know, Happy Valentine's Day and Easter,
Oh,
and let's
wow,
just
you're
keep
jumping the
all in
gun.
there.
Hey, did you know January was National Strippers Month?
Oh, I'm sorry, but maybe we should have had some kind of a special party.
Hey, wait, he showed me a
Yeah,
video
okay.
last night of Crew where they had strippers on stage. You weren't the drummer for that.
No.
You
Are
missed
you
out.
trying to
on
upset me? Are you trying to get me upset?
Jeff would have been wasted if he was our drummer in that show.
Yeah.
There's no way he would not been around.
He was showing me early videos of when you were drumming with them.
I showed her Gasparilla. with
Yeah.
all the-
That was the first show, right? That was the
First
first
show.
one we did. Yeah. That was a
That
good
was the one
show.
you talked me into, but remember they were selling all the glow in the dark bunny ears for the girls, the light up bunny ears, and that's all you see was bunny ears.
I don't know, man.
You don't remember? Yeah, I know.
He was in left
Yeah,
field.
I don't remember. I don't know. My memory sucks. Your mom was right. I don't remember.
So what's new with you, Mr. Jeff?
What's going on? in
I'm actually,
fall?
Yeah.
I got something cool going on actually. Before COVID, I hooked up with Mike Orlando from Adrenaline Mob up
Yes.
in New
Yes.
York. We did her Chariot Awaits on Frontiers Records, and
Yep.
the shortest record deal situation I ever had. But so I'm working with Mike again, actually now, with this singer Chris Lino from Boiler Room.
Mhm.
That was a band in the 90s up there that was signed to Roadrunner, and we're on their way up doing some really cool stuff. They opened up for Disturbed and Mudvayne and stuff like that.
Really?
And yeah, I was friends with those guys. They're a really, really good band. So Chris hit me up he wants to redo some of the Boiler Room stuff now and re-release it. And so I'm cutting the drums to that now. So Mike Orlando is doing the guitar.
Yeah,
So Mike's
he is for our listeners out there, Mike Orlando is a shred monster guitarist. Adrenaline Mob was one of his big acts.
Yeah.
Stuff, and he is just a beast.
Wow.
That's got to be a lot of fun for you.
This should be good. This should be really good. I'm actually really excited about it. I cut 2 tracks already. And they're building it off of the drum tracks, and they're redoing at least 5 or 6 songs from the Boiler Room records from the past. And he's going to shop it and try and get it picked up again now. But Chris is a great singer. I always wanted to work.
Sweet.
We always wanted to work together. So now finally, now that we're entering retirement homes, we can
Wait, maybe you're entering a retirement. Entering one.
I'm trying to get in early, I want to get a good seat, and shit,
Get down
This vodka is great, by the way.
Look at you.
So
Love it.
yeah, no, so I'm really excited about it. So we're 2 songs in. So yeah, Mike is the guitarist, and I think he's laying down the bass tracks too, and he's producing it in the studio up in Staten Island. And
Nice.
I'm stoked about it, man. I got to be honest. The stuff is rocking. It's good stuff. I'm enjoying playing it, and I'm hoping we can get to the point where it does get picked up and we actually can start playing out with that. That would be killer. So
I'm excited, dude. I can't wait to hear a taste. You got to throw me a taste.
As soon as they give me a scratch and permission to do that, yeah.
Cool,
So
cool.
I know I
Yeah,
can.
obviously.
So let me understand something. You're doing this from your studio,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And then you send it to them.
Yeah.
And they plug it in.
Yeah.
And then they're hoping that somebody's going to pick it up. And then if it gets picked up, you all go out and start playing somewhere.
Hopefully, yeah. That'd be the goal. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
She got it. Like, this is like a little glimpse into what I'm dealing with, Jeff.
Oh, be quiet, you.
She
Your mom just
the fact that you may actually go and play the music. She's ahead of the curve. She's about 3 steps ahead of you, Jeff.
Your mom just talked circles around my mother, technology-wise.
I always say I'm
Your-
technology
your
for
mom
dummies.
She just makes you feel guilty. That's it. She's like, okay.
No, you just did great. You know, you just
Oh, God.
you did great, Mama. You pretty much nailed it. What you said, you nailed it. Yeah.
You were on the helmet on that one.
When I played on her charity weights, I flew up to New York and I cut the tracks in his studio. But now there's no reason why. I mean, I do drum tracks for a living for people out of my studio. There's no reason why.
Right.
She doesn't understand, Jeff. What Jeff is talking about basically is the software that they use is Pro Tools, right? So he could lay down his tracks on his Pro Tools and he could take that file and just send it to them.
And they plug
They
it
open up
in.
the file and they can add to it because they have the same software.
Mhm.
And that's how a lot of big bands do this because they're all over the planet. And if they have ideas and they want to communicate, or if they, whatever, the technology's been there for quite some time.
Okay.
Jeff obviously has been. How many years now you've been? Yeah, she doesn't get that. When you say you're doing this from here and they're up there, she's not grasping like how you're doing it.
Oh, it's very easy. It's like basically, I cut the drum tracks in my studio. I rip them to files that could be sent, right? And you basically, to make it easy, you send it in a big fat email. You attach them just the way you attach a photo to send to friends or something like that. You attach the files to a file sharing type email, like Dropbox, something like that, and you send it to wherever you want to send it. So I send it to Mike up in New York. He downloads it, and it's the same file. It's the same file that I sent them.
And then they add to it.
And so then they have a production person or sound person or whatever who puts it in the right spot.
Yeah, well, Mike Orlando is a producer, so he does it.
Okay.
He runs his own
He's got a
files.
nice
Jeff
studio.
runs his own files.
Okay.
They don't need anybody else to do it. They know how to do it.
Yeah, so my
Okay.
studio, basically, my studio transfers to his studio.
Yeah.
It's kind of like sending
Okay.
a letter electronically.
So that's kind of like what I do with the podcast. My producer just comes into my computer, takes all the files, and
Yeah.
they put all the audio and video together and get it ready to upload to all the platforms. Okay.
It's kind of like what your son does with porn.
Exactly.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's usually my go-to because she knows.
I want to thank you, Eddie, for blowing up my third computer so far.
So you got to think how many times she came in my room and questioned why my one sock was always stuck to the wall. Because it's hard to have an answer. You're like, oh, it fell into my mac and cheese, and then the dog hit it with, I don't know. Yeah.
I think I was probably in my 50s.
This is not going to be weird, is it?
We had this comment. We had this. We're at a family reunion
Keep it clean,
down
Mama.
here in Florida for my dad, and the subject came up, and I'm listening to all my nephews and stuff talking, and my sister is laughing, and everybody's laughing, and all of a sudden it dawned on me what they were talking about, and I'm like, you mean for all those years, that's where those socks went to? Like, so I didn't even know, like right over the head.
Both of your socks in the hamper. I'm like, what? Was there a mother like that?
I used to say, like, the washing machine ate the socks. Like, how could this happen? I don't understand it.
Socks had skills in them.
Hey, my mother used to wonder. My mother was always perplexed. Every time she went to take off her makeup, all the Vaseline was gone. Couldn't figure it out.
The sad thing, Jeff, is that puts your mom, knowing your mom, that put her into probably a 2-hour tailspin. And then she tormented your dad because he had no answers for her. And she probably wasn't cool with no answers,
Oh God, poor Jeff's mom.
He's always.
My mom is actually very liberal with her jokes and words. Actually, she's not very conservative.
And she should be.
Well,
Yeah.
knowing you, I'm sure she had no other choice. I mean, look at me.
No, I got it from
had no
her.
other
I got it
choice.
from her. Yeah, she didn't get it from me. I got it from her.
You got it.
Yeah,
Well, I'm trying to like not take the blame here.
Hey Jeff, and you're a fan of the Jerky Boys, and John.
Oh, yeah.
And he told me that his Saul Rosenberg character was based after his mother.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah. Saul
Wow.
Rosenberg, the
Based on his mother?
character, the
Wow.
voice was based
On
after
his mom. Wow.
Yeah, I can believe that. I guess,
Yeah,
That's-
totally.
That's
I
like
often resort to my mom's voice when I talk about family things. I become my mother for a second, and it's like her voice starts.
And then you catch yourself, and you're like, "Oh my God, no,
Yeah.
no, don't let
you're not
this
allowed to
happen."
do that.
So speaking of the Jerky Boy, my mom is one who turned me on to the Jerky Boys. Actually,
Your mom turned you on to do.
she had a demo tape of them before they were famous. Some guy, she used to take a van to the city when she had a job in Manhattan, and the van driver gave her. She was playing it in the morning for everybody, and he gave her a copy of the tape, a cassette tape, and she was telling me, I kid you not, she was telling me for months, Jeffrey, you have to listen to this. This is so funny. You have to listen to this. This is so funny. I kept blowing it off. I figured if she thinks it's funny, it's probably corny. It's not going to be funny.
Yeah.
One night, I popped it in one night at like 2 a.m. in my bedroom by myself. I popped it in and I listened to this, and I was literally crying from laughing. From this thing. I couldn't believe how funny this was. And I was an instant fan. And then they blew up and got like really, really popular.
Right.
You know who I actually think is funnier is Impractical Jokers from Staten
Oh,
Island.
I love them.
Those
Oh,
guys.
they're
I've
great.
seen their live show down here in Tampa. My wife and I went.
Oh, really?
Day one, and they do a show called The Tenderloins, and it's all of them. And what they do is they came down here to Tampa Theater downtown, and it's an interactive show. Like they're on stage, they do some back and forth banter, but on the screen behind them, they show a lot of stuff that you've never seen on TV. And they joke about it, and they do the show. It was freaking phenomenal.
I
love
would,
them.
but I would love to be a female version of them.
I
would have so much fun.
And
I would give up.
I know.
Do that. I would honestly give up my music career to do that for a living. I would.
Yeah,
and
I would too.
Eddie would be my
I would
sidekick.
too.
Eddie would be
Oh my
right there
God.
with me.
Jeff, it would be you and me easily.
Yeah.
My girlfriends,
Oh my God.
my girlfriends and I once a year we used to go down to LBI for a long
Well, there's a
weekend.
term I haven't heard in a long time.
And I was
Long Beach Island.
I was always this instigator about let's do this, let's do that, let's start this, and we'd go into bars and I'd start things, and it was just
Hey.
I'm
see what-
such a mischief maker. I've always been mischief maker, but I love it. It's so much fun. And to
Right.
see the look on people's faces is just phenomenal.
Jeff told me one time he wanted to do a prank where we drove through a toll booth and harassed the toll guy. Do you remember that, dude? You're like, man, I got this idea. Well, we're just gonna go. We're gonna drive around, and we're gonna show up to the toll booth and tell them that we were attacked with an axe. And so, yeah, you had some crazy ideas, but you had we were.
Wait, I said this.
So insane that we were on the same wavelength. So I was with you the whole
But
way.
that's the fun of it. My girlfriends and I were the same way. I mean, we were in this one bar and they were ready to close. And I'm like, no, we can't close. Everybody's got to sing the Unicorn song. Who knows it? Who knows it? Who doesn't know it? Let's learn. And then we're teaching everybody the Unicorn song. And then we're prancing around the whole bar singing the Unicorn song, drunk as shit. And the guy who owned the place, he didn't care. He said it was great.
Background check.
But I had everybody singing the Unicorn song, and it was so
How's it go?
funny.
Let me hear it.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Our green alligators and long neck geese, some humpty back camels, but you got to do the whole thing. Like, there's all these
do
things.
it.
Do the whole
I
thing
don't
now.
remember the whole thing.
How do you do that? Come on, you're
Let's
drunk.
do it. Go,
I'm
go, go.
drunk.
He's drunk.
Yeah. Because my son is taken after me now with the sense of humor.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
that's good though.
It
Oh, proud
is.
father. Oh, I'm
That's a
proud.
good thing,
I'm
right?
proud as hell. No, he's totally like, he's like, let's go downstairs and scare her. 'Cause it's. I mean, he wants to
Let's
scare
put
like.
rubber band on the freaking nozzle on the sink.
Yeah, he wants to put on a scary mask. He's like, "Could we scare mom? Like, you think I should put on a scary mask to scare mom?" It's like, I think mom doesn't really have the same sense of humor. She doesn't really find that funny. I said,
Wait till he comes to you and goes, you know what I did
What?
last night? I gave her Cleveland steamer.
What
You're
the
gonna
heck?
have to look it up. You're gonna be like, what?
What is that?
I don't know. I think that's where you shit like the top of the toilet.
Oh, Eddie.
Something crazy. But he's gonna do it, bro. And you're gonna, you know what? You're gonna have a moment where you're gonna get like almost angry, like almost like you should, but then you're gonna go, oh, that's pretty badass, man. Give me some knuckles.
Oh, that's
Cleveland
terrible.
steamer.
No.
Sometimes he impresses me. He impresses me with his sense of humor. But he pulls shit on me that like I used to do to my father and stuff. So it's like funny. He'll purposely annoy me just to piss me off, annoy me, and I have to laugh because it is pretty funny. But I'm like I'm doing stuff, and he's like trying to jam his hand into my ass. I'm like,
He's giving you the shocker while you're working.
Funny. I was like, stop it. I said, stop it. He says, I'm your number one annoyer. I'm your number one annoyer. And this is what he tells you. I was like, it is pretty funny. I mean, like if I heard the story from somebody else, I'd be cracking up, but he's doing it.
But at that point in time, you're like, I once strangled you.
Yeah. You know what else? Like
it's better.
He'll take his finger and he'll start tapping me. And like, he won't stop tapping me on purpose just to piss me off. He'll like start. Yeah. And it's funny. It's actually funny because
it
is annoying.
And that you're like, oh.
Yeah. It's pretty funny because I was like, this kid is totally taken after me. And I created this monster. But I gotta respect it.
I know.
I gotta respect it. I don't want a boring kid.
My daughter will say to me, your son. I'm like, I disavow any knowledge. I disavow it. It's not my problem, not my fault.
I'll tell you what, the good thing is he's gonna at least go through life with a cool sense of humor.
Yeah.
He's gonna be funny as hell.
And honestly.
That's true. That's true.
How many times in your life have you been down or dealing with stuff and your sense of humor got you through?
Yeah.
And you usually align yourself with friends that have the same sense of humor and they help carry you through.
Oh yeah.
Because they're equally nuts.
I know.
This is why me and you always get along. Well, most of my friends have an excellent sense of humor. Seriously, most of my friends are always laughing, making jokes. They're fun and funny people.
And that's the best kind of friends to me.
Yeah.
That's the best kind of friends to have. I went to a dinner party last week before I came down, and I was sitting with, and I never met these people before. It was a new meetup group, and they were so, like some of them, couple of them had some good sense of humors, and some of them were just like deadpan, like that deadpan face, and you're like,
I test people to see if
okay, I'm not gonna get through this one, so next time I'm not gonna sit by you.
I love people like that. I turn it up to 20, and then I start really attacking them.
Yeah. But this is how you test people to see if they're worthy of being your friend. It's like the way I do when I get like a new friend, I'll send them some weird text messages just to test them to see if they're catching on to my weird sense of humor. And if they text me back something serious, I was like, this person's got to come off.
Yeah, this person's not worth it.
Jeff,
they can't hang at all. But I like to do that. I've done the same text to many people. I'll be like, I'll be like, okay, so are we good for 4:00 tomorrow or something? I'll send them a text. I'll be like, yeah, 2 kilos, bring cash only, no cops. And I just wait for the response. I'll be like, oh, so sorry, wrong person. So how's it going? So like,
yeah.
And then I wait, and if they don't get it, I'm like, this person's an asshole.
Yeah, this is our own person. I don't want to do that.
This chorus.
You're
It was
not
like
worthy of me.
boring. It was like they gotta go out of my life.
Yeah, really.
Well, Jeff, I'm gonna share this because it is right in sync with what you're talking about, because it's something that you've done to me. And it was a long time ago when my kids were very young, and Dylan was Zach was a baby, and Dylan was at that age where instead of saying motorcycle, he'd say motorfucker. Right?
Really?
So we go to Publix. And
How did he get motorfucker out
because
of
he was
motorcycle?
like
From his father.
years old. He was so I go to Publix, and he would start, he'd see it on a magazine, right? But one day I go to Publix, and a packed Saturday, one of those Saturday, like, afternoon, packed, everybody in the planet's Publix. I got a whole line of people in front of me. I finally get to the register, and I look at my phone, and I see a text from Jeff.
Is this true?
Oh, yeah, it is true. And when I say what the text was, you're gonna remember it. So I look at the text, and here's Jeff's text, and there's a little smiley face that's bouncing around. So I click on it, and all of a sudden the smiley face starts talking, and it goes, "I suck dick. I like sucking dick. I can't eat enough dick." And I'm online in Publix, and I start panicking, and I can't get the volume off my phone. I'm like, oh, I'm trying to.
Yeah, I definitely did that. Yeah.
Everybody turned around because my
I
phone
still do stuff like that.
Yeah, you know it. Look at you.
I did it recently. I actually did it recently.
Insane.
I did it to the guys in my church band, in the church band.
As you
I sent them an audio message that said, "I'm looking at porn. I'm looking at porn right now. I'm looking at porn." So when they open it up, it plays really loud. You know.
Yeah, that was the moment.
I just did it like last month.
That's where I was like, ooh. Yeah. Let me get the hell out of here.
That's funny.
I'm leaving, running. Yeah.
That I can see that. I can see the both of you.
And then he
doing
posts
stuff.
this
That's
like,
funny. That's funny. Yeah, I definitely do that stuff. You know.
scary house in his garage, right? We used to go to his house for Halloween, and he was
talking about
his garage turned it into a haunted house.
I was just talking about that. I was just talking about the haunted house. Like
and
last
he
week.
pops out of a coffin. I almost pissed in my pants.
You were there?
Yeah, you
came to the-
2 years in a row.
You see, I
You
don't
upped
remember.
your game.
I remember. I didn't remember you being at the haunted house.
Yes,
Fishhawk.
because
Yeah.
the kid.
That was a great haunted house. We scared
Fishhawk.
some girl. Left her shoes in my garage. She ran out of her shoes and down the street. And the next day, we found a pair of shoes. That's how scary it was.
Oh
We-
my God, Jeff.
We had 6 of us in a garage.
Like my garage, and he turned it into this total haunted house. And it was super badass. And then we trick or treated with kids.
So no, that's so funny. I kid you not. I was just talking about that haunted house in my garage. I just mentioned it like days ago. That's funny. That was
So
a great.
now you have to do another one. Now you have a son, so don't you want to do
I
that?
do.
for
I just
him?
have to find a house.
He just has to have a garage.
Oh,
just
you can
find
put him in, you can like get a big tent.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, he already has a tent and one sleeping bag. And a lot of invites.
That's funny. That's really funny.
That's really funny though. Yeah, that was a lot of fun doing the garage haunted house because it was very scary to people.
But it was
Yeah.
really well done. That's the thing.
Yeah. My neighbor was good at building stuff, so he built all these like plastic sheets going from ceiling to floor. So we had these like tight corridors in my garage that you had to walk through. And so it was like a little mini haunted house, but we had like an air compressor that with the hose that you blast people with. It's like really loud.
Yep.
And the coffin, I was inside the coffin and
Oh my God.
that's
somebody
what
with a chainsaw. And
Wow.
And
Wow.
I go walking through, the kids were little, and I'm like, oh, this is really called blow Shorty.
it was good.
And the
Good
4th of
time.
July with the fireworks.
You were
Oh
there?
God.
Man,
Those were the 2 highlights. of my old house with the 4th of July extravaganza. That was a $3,000 show we had.
Dude,
Wow.
We spent $3,000 on fireworks.
Right in his backyard on a pond.
Wow.
It
Wow.
was like pro level over the
Pro
lake.
level.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, it was
The
really
only
good.
problem is Jeff couldn't keep it.
Kick.
You go in there for a barbecue and he's like, cheese and some crackers.
Oh, Jeffrey.
I got candy. Non-chefing mofo. So I'm excited about the musical project, man. I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah, it should be really. Yeah, I think it's still going to be cool.
Teamed up with some studs.
Oh, it's going to be great. No, it's really, really going to be good.
That's gotta be fun for you to get back into the saddle of being able to be let loose a little bit, you know?
Yeah, because they want.
Obviously, he's just a shredding killer guitarist.
Yeah,
and I can only imagine what these tunes.
Have you had any other
Sound like.
offers?
Like that kind of stuff.
No, sexually.
I don't know your sexual life.
He's like 85%. Or maybe 80.
No, I'm talking about music, Jeff.
That's the only thing on the table that's really going on right now. Yeah.
Okay.
There may be some other things in the works that are not solid yet. So
Okay.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I'm not going to mention it.
No, I gotta wait. Yeah. So
Yeah, I didn't want to mention it either. I just wanted to
we
see
gotta
what,
wait.
where
we'll
things
see.
were at.
Come back on and talk about it.
Leave the fans wondering.
Yes, let's leave them wondering what will
is
Jeff do next?
That's probably a go.
Whoa.
It's probably a go. That's probably a go. But until there's a handshake and we say, yeah, this is a go.
I highly thrusted you in every.
No, you've done that years ago when I was drunk.
We'll do the adventures of Jeff Thal.
The life,
Yes.
stages, the struggles.
The man, the life, the image.
It's like he winds up with a darkness.
Yeah. Oh, poor Jeff.
So where is Little Monster?
My son? You're talking about
Who else?
what?
Oh, that's right. That's what you call your penis, Little Monster.
Right. That's why.
I forgot.
I wanted to clarify because that was going to determine.
Say for it's still guacamole.
That was going to determine which way the story goes. I had to think of my answer for a second. He's with his mom right now. So.
Oh, okay.
I saw him the whole weekend. It was great. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So that's cool.
Want him to hear any of this because you don't want to.
No, he's not. I would never do a podcast with him in the room. Yeah.
No, he's not ready for that yet.
He's not going to be ready for a while. Yeah.
That's something that's for later on in life.
Yeah. It's funny. It's as the years go on, and we don't see each other all the time. The last time I was over your house and I saw your sons, I still in my mind, I keep thinking they're like 2 and 3 years old. It's like,
right,
I'm serious.
Yeah, like time doesn't stand still, Jeff.
Yeah, I remember these like little boys, and then he's like, he comes out with a beer. It's like, hey, yeah. Yeah. It's funny.
And a beer.
Yeah. It's great. I mean, it was great, especially the cycle of life was cool because we all hung out, and they were there. And then my son was the new addition, and he was hanging out by the pool, and we had all the guys from Carnival Crew there. His
son had such a blast.
Oh, he did.
The time of his life, he was awesome. And we were watching videos the other night of us, doing the crew thing at Gasparilla, and there's Callie had Gunny there, and Gunny was like 7.
Wow.
You're like, oh my God, look at that. They were babies.
I used to say to my kids, why is it that you get older and I seem to look the same?
Well, I say the same thing to my kids.
I always
you keep getting older. I'm getting younger and hotter. My wife's getting old. She's older than me now, and she's 12 years younger. I always throw the trade in. I'm like, 12 years isn't enough. I need like someone 25 years younger.
Just to hear this.
Hormones.
That's great.
So now, like, are you doing anything besides music? Oh no, wait. I want to ask you another question before that. Does your son have any musical talent?
He is
Retired.
he's expressing interest in the drums moderately.
Okay.
So I'm like, I'm entertaining it slightly. I'm not pushing it on him. He's 6. I'm showing him little things just on a very, elementary level, just to have him imitate
Just to
some
say,
basic rhythms. Yeah. And if he really seems to kind of dig it, then maybe when he's 8 or so, I could kind of dive in a little bit more, but it's just 6 is a tough age. I've tried to teach kids at 5 and 6 years old. Is
Very tough. It is.
Yeah, the attention span is maybe 5
Attention
minutes.
span. They want to do it one week and then they want to draw cartoons the next week. So it is very tough.
But they don't like structure. They don't want any structure. They don't want
Right.
to follow any instructions. They just want to play and go nuts.
Yeah.
So
When I used to teach, I would split it half and half. I would teach the boring shit and then immediately songs.
mhm.
Yeah.
The quicker I could get them to make some music, the quicker
The
they got
happier
it.
they were.
The more excited they got, and it felt
Right.
doable.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And
So
when they watch someone like you play, they go, "Oh, do that? This guy's an octopus," or I would do the same
But
thing.
wait,
And kids are like, "Oh man," so you can't freak them out.
did you send him the little boy on Facebook?
Oh,
he sends me pictures of little boys all the time, but I delete them.
yeah, dude, this is comedic gold. Go.
What are you talking about?
Roll with it, bro. I sent you little boys on Facebook.
I got a picture of the
did.
little boy from Eddie. Yes,
The
every day.
little drummer boy.
Oh, Jeff, dude, we're going down, man. Now we're gonna be on the FBI's list. She just said this on camera.
No,
I'm sending you little boys.
no, I didn't say that.
I think they already know about you.
Drummer boys, but you said
I'm not going to do it.
Well, Jeff,
I'm not going to help
yeah.
you. Yeah.
He's over in the UK. His name's Caleb. He's over in the UK. We're trying to get him on the show. He's like 6 or 7 years old. Mohawk, crushing Meshuggah.
You
Like,
gotta
all
pick
these-
him.
Just, you know what I'm talking about? Like really, like
I haven't seen it, but it sounds cool.
no. I'll send it to you, but it's one of those where you're just like, oh,
The
you
best
know,
drum- The best drawing video I've seen of a kid, honestly, it's not that he was so amazingly great. The fact that he was 3.
Oh my
And-
God.
Oh wow.
He was playing with an orchestra, and his father was coaching him. I don't know if you've seen this. It was, I'd say, pretty viral.
Was he on drums?
He was playing the drum set, a little tiny blonde-haired kid, about 3 years old, dressed in a suit, playing with a full orchestra. And he was accompanying them, and he was doing all the cymbal hits when they were doing all their brass stabs. He knew exactly where to accent and what to do. And it's not like he had the best chops, but he knew what he was doing.
Oh my God, he was 3 years old.
3 years old. And I was
So-
like,
You
that's
watch cereal
great.
cartoons.
But wait a
When I
minute, he's a
saw that-
prodigy.
oh yeah. When I saw that, I was like, that kid has this innate ability to do this. It's
Oh
great.
yeah.
The only other thing that I saw, have you seen the
If you froze on our camera like this.
you guys froze. Am I froze?
Oh my
we
God.
can hear you,
Oh,
but
you
you're
are.
frozen.
All right, you guys are
Dude,
frozen
you
on
froze
my
like this.
end.
I'm
So
not
anyway,
for the 10-foot
Oh,
pole. No
dude.
way.
Like, I see one, Jeff.
so anyway,
It was a little like Japanese girl. She was like 3 years old playing drums. Had the headset on, and she was cranking. And I was like, "You're
Is it
freaking me
real?
out. It's insane."
the best thing I've ever seen, I'm sure you've seen this. This went extremely viral. It's not drums, it's piano actually, but it's the most amazing thing I've ever seen.
Uh-huh.
You type it on YouTube, it'll come up right away. Put in like Asian 4-year-old boy. It'll finish the sentence for you. Asian kid. Asian. No. Well, if it's on Asian, if it's on Eddie's computer, it's gonna finish the sentence in a totally different way than my computer would.
It's gonna be in my house in like 10 minutes, bro. If I type in 4-year-old Asian boy.
No, listen, I think it's like a little Korean boy. He's 4 years old.
My God.
You got to see this kid play the piano. He's playing all these concertos. He's in his pajamas, and his father says, "Okay, go." And as soon as his hands hit the keys, the kid is playing like a fully pro level concert pianist. I'm serious. You can't even believe how good the kid is.
That's insane.
Yeah,
and
he's swaying back and forth, and he's feeling it, and he's crossing over one hand over the other. I mean, the kid is
oh my God.
4 years old. I was
That's
like, this
insane.
kid is absolutely not human. That was a God-given gift. There's no
Oh,
way.
God, yeah. God, yeah.
No way you can learn that.
Totally.
4 years old.
seen
It's one of the most popular things on YouTube for that.
I gotta check that out. I love that stuff.
He's been on a million TV shows since then. He's been on all these. Yeah, he's been a guest
I'm
on.
sure they sought him out and brought him out there. That's awesome.
I wonder if he's been on America's Got Talent and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Probably. The kid it's insane. It's the most insane thing I've ever
I
seen.
love seeing stuff like that.
It's great.
There was a little girl, a little Chinese girl. Oh no, we're going with a little Chinese girl.
He's gonna get arrested again.
No.
Huh? You froze.
You're freezing again.
You
must
are.
like
You're
what I
freezing.
said.
Now I'm gonna mess with you guys. I'm gonna mess with you. You're not gonna know if I'm freezing for real or not.
But yeah, this little Chinese girl playing piano, and like I think she was just born. Like there was still amniotic fluid on it, and she was like playing like Beethoven. You're like, come on, man. I mean, I'm struggling to play Neil Young, and here you are right out of the womb.
I just found a YouTube video of a fetus inside the womb playing the trombone.
Oh, or was it just a saxophone?
Needless to say, there was some surgery that followed that. But
that is, you know
So-
what, Jeff? That's sad.
When you unfreeze again, Jeff.
I haven't taken pictures.
This is so funny. Like I can't believe he keeps freezing. Yeah, you unfroze again, guy.
Oh, that's so funny.
So I'm just going to ask you one more question before we have to leave. So what, aside from doing the music and sending it up to New York, and you have the music that you do on Sundays with the church, and what else are you doing?
You just came back.
Oh, I said aside from doing the church music in your band, and aside from making the music, your files to send up to New York, what else are you doing?
I'm a recording engineer. I have a studio, and then I'm starting to run another studio for a guy.
Oh,
Yeah, down in Northport. It's really, really nice studio. So I'm gonna be running 2 studios, and but my main one is up in Sarasota. And I record bands, and so I teach. I teach privately, and
okay.
I'm doing the recording engineering thing, and that's it. Not too many small gigs anymore. I'm just looking for the bigger stuff, So
You're looking for that big day.
well, tribute band.
That big cloud in the sky.
Yeah, exactly. That's soon.
No,
The cloud in the sky is soon. I can almost touch it.
wants to stay busy and be busy with good people.
Yeah.
And have fun doing it, and hopefully make.
Well, you're an excellent drummer, so
Thanks.
you don't want to be playing with some
But in the meanwhile, Jeff, we'll
Joe
work on
Blows.
Yeah.
to the tenderloins. We'll get our own tenderloin thing going here.
At some point,
You guys
Eddie,
are crazy.
we're gonna have to. At some point, Eddie, we're gonna have to start some kind of like comedy thing together. Some kind
That's
of.
what I'm saying. We don't have our own thing. YouTube
Yeah.
thing and just completely let it go, you know?
You know what's funny? Half of the shit I used to joke around with my friends, like to, hypothetical situations when I was a teenager, say, wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be funny if we did this? Impractical Jokers came along and actually did it.
And did it. Yeah.
Exactly. And you know what's weird is it's shit I was already doing in high school.
Yeah.
I was the king.
That's
No,
true.
I stole my thunder.
And I always wanted to dress up as an old man and like fall down the escalator.
Oh, totally. Totally freak people out. I mean, come on.
Yeah, just to freak people out.
People love it.
They do.
love
I always wanted to leave a fake baby. I wanted to leave a fake baby on my car and drive away. And they did it. They did it. I was like, everybody took my ideas. You know,
we could put like a robotic baby in the back window of a car where it's like it looks like. See how long it takes the SWAT team to shoot us. You know, dude, sky's the limit.
So much
when
things
you're
you do.
as, not right in the head as we are, the sky's the limit.
So yeah, here's one thing I did in Staten Island when I was a teenager. My dad got in a bad wreck, but he didn't get hurt. But he hit the car. It looked horrible. The car skidded on some black ice. He skidded through the stop sign and got hit by a bus. Oh. And the car looked like aluminum foil, just crumpled up.
Oh wow!
And he had it towed, but it was in front of the house for some reason. So he had it in front of the house, and we were on Highland Boulevard, which is a major. It's a major.
Mars Boulevard.
It's a major road like Highway 41 in Florida here. So anyway, people would come by and be looking at it. So I took like a dummy. I took like a fake arm and I had the arm sticking out from under the tire. and clothes. I had like torn clothes.
Blood on it.
And everything. Yeah. And then I took a fake head. And I had the head laying next to the car and everything with a wig on it and everything. And people would be coming by and looking at this wreck with like a body under it.
That's funny.
It kind of scares me. What a fake head.
Yeah.
Come on.
Good times.
But that's awesome. Hey, yeah. I got a story I could tell you, but it's so bad that I don't even know if I could even say it.
Well, now you have to.
And maybe you
because it involves her.
Me?
Yeah, if it's bad.
Well, so discretion. I'm not pushing.
Don't tell it.
It's so bad, but you want to talk about bad things. One time my mother went to a bachelorette party, right? And she somehow came, like, I guess they had a dick cake. So somehow she came home with the dick, right? So I found it and decided to put it on the kitchen table. Mayonnaise coming out of it, and I drew it like a ball sack on paper and put it on top of it. So me and my buddies thought it was hilarious, right? Because I'm that jacked up. I was probably like, I don't know, 13, you know. So me and my buddies go to the mall. We take the bus to the mall and we leave it. I left it on the table. So my mother comes home from work and there it is on the table. So me and my buddies come home from the mall and we walk in the house and all like, and my mother's just looking at me like, you go home. Get over here. Like, what? Like, I had no, and then I looked down and I was like, oh man, she lost her shit, dude. I think she beat me with a slipper.
And you know he's lying through his teeth. Look, if I would have brought home a cake dick, I would have ate it.
No, it wasn't a cake.
This is going down a weird path.
On top of the cake. It was like in a
Is this a little weird that I might be like
to the office stuck it on somebody's chair?
But it wasn't like a full on dildo. It was just a cake topper.
He's full.
And I'm going cake topper.
Yeah.
Yeah, with mayonnaise. Oh yeah, she was pissed.
All right.
She had the look of death when we walked in.
If
My
that's-
You know what you should have? Yeah. You know what you should have done? You should have boxed it up and went to Publix and returned it. This is the wrong flavor. This is not working for
go
me.
back, you're like, listen,
This was my grandmother's 100th birthday. This was for my grandmother's 100th birthday. I don't know what you guys did, but this is the cake we opened up. This is not working.
This is not what I ordered. I ordered a China cake. This is
Yeah.
clearly not a China cake.
Yeah. I said I wanted the pound cake. You gave me the pound cake.
You took it the whole wrong way.
Yeah.
And then, you know what? I can't wait to have you on again because you and I have an endless amount of stories.
Oh,
Lots.
that's for damn sure.
I'm gonna write down more. I have some more. Okay, I gotta save it for next time. Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Brother,
thank
as
you.
always.
Thank you so much for
Love
being
you.
on. You just make me laugh. Just the thoughts of having you on makes me laugh. But
Likewise.
I
Likewise.
really, really love having you on the show. You're so funny. And I really wish you the best of luck with what you're doing.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
whatever's coming up on the horizon, I hope it's the right thing for you and everything
you.
works out. And
Take your Viagra, bro.
yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get a Viagra. I'm not saying you actually take Viagra.
Yeah. I'd like
Viagra. Yeah.
I'd like to thank everybody for watching Funny Minds in this episode, and I hope you really enjoy it because I'm sure you will. And go on funnyminds.com, and we're on Spotify, YouTube, every other major platform you can find on our website. Also on the website, there's two organizations that we love, and it's Women's Breast Cancer and St. Jude's Children's Hospital. There's a nice pink, or no, I should say a nice purple. It's all pink, but purple little form there that you can donate. You can donate. It says donate if they can read it. It says donate. Please donate to our two organizations, and we have a store, so you can get like Funny Minds, funny Minds.
Oh, I bought a shirt.
Buy like crazy stuff.
I want a
Our
shirt.
emails are on there. If there's something you like, you don't like, or if there's someone you know would be good for the show, just
And Jeff
send
Thal,
us.
find Jeff Thal. Jeff
Yeah.
Thal, where did they find you?
Yes, Mr. Jeff Thal, give us your info.
JeffThal.com. JeffThal.com. My whole musical life is on there.
Excellent.
Okay.
Excellent.
All
Best
right.
way.
Please look him up.
Thank
Jeff,
you.
again, thank you so much. And everybody out there, be happy, be healthy, smile, and don't forget to laugh because laughter is the best medicine.
Oh,
So
we know it. You know it.
with
I'll
that,
see
I
you.
say bye-bye now.
Yeah, we'll see you next time.
Bye, honey. Bye.
Bye.